Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to another gray, rainy, terrible day here in Central Ohio, but we're starting with our friends at Jegs. Today's kind of a complicated day. I'm actually going to be here at least twice. We have a project coming up here in the near future that's we got parts on order. Customers already purchased them, and I need to pick them up. So we've got TKX, a clutch, flywheel, bell housing that are all sitting here, and a couple of other bits. I need to run those to the shop and put those into stash. And then I need to turn around and come back, and I need to pick up parts for Pontiac stuff. My Pontiac 350, the one that goes in my 71 Le Mans, we need a couple of gaskets and some other things for that. Then I've also got to pick up my flex plate and a couple of other things for my 350 HO build. And we should have a set of Oldsmobile 455 scat rods with Chevy journal size in today as well. So this is going to be a very busy day. Lots of driving around, lots of Jegs visiting, which is fine with me. And yeah, welcome to a day in the life. We're going to hopefully end this day up with Mr. Bob McVeigh up at McVeigh Automotive. And we can talk about where things are moving along, how things are moving along, and we'll go from there. So welcome to a day in the life. Automotive Adventures with Austin. This is going to be an adventure. See him back there hiding, pretending like he's working. There's Terry right there.
I don't know. I just tell him get we'll reorder him again in the morning.
Step one, pick up the transmission, flywheel, bell housing, all that kind of stuff for the TKX.
Oh, for Impel guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we don't know whether or not the other parts are showing up yet or not. I would imagine.
It's too early.
So I'll run those back to the shop.
Okay.
And then whether or not the other stuff showed up.
Okay. Cool.
While I'm here, I also think I need to get a set of head gaskets, hopefully for a Pontiac 350.
Should have.
Which you probably have in the warehouse, not here. We'll see.
Here.
We'll see. Bob just sent me a message about that, so he's gonna put the heads on the small block or the short block. Today.
Okay. Cool. I'll get those.
Cool.
I'll grab some stuff.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Welcome, Jegs.
But I still need that'll speed this along.
Okay. I have Terry here with me now. Is there anything else you needed me to?
No.
He needs a 454 flex plate as well while I'm here for a pick 'em up truck.
I got one.
There we go. Solving problems I didn't even know I had. All right. If you need anything else, let me know.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
I have 0 head gaskets here. I have 1 in the building.
Oh God.
1.
Okay.
We have 4 on order.
I need a full engine gasket kit set. Apparently, I need 2 full engine gasket kit sets for Pontiacs.
For Pontiac?
Yes, with head gaskets, if possible.
Let's see.
Every time I talk to Bob, he's one of my most expensive friends.
Yes, he is.
You and he both.
Yes. We're a tag team.
We never are like, hey, how you
like
doing?
WWE.
How you doing? What you been up to? Just calling to say hi. It's always, hey, I want you to come spend money, or by the way, you already spent money. It's the nature of our friendship. That's okay. It's okay. You need all kinds of friends in this life.
You do.
Velcro gasket set, Pontiac 68 to 78, 350, 400, 420.
60. It's not any earlier than the 68, right? All your stuff's 68.
Correct.
Okay. FS 85.
2 in stock.
Delaware.
Of course, they're Delaware. Always.
Awesome today. And give them today,
Yeah.
but
The good news is.
it's kind of on the way.
Yeah, thanks.
Kind of.
Sort of. But the good news is at least it's here. It's,
true.
It's not,
True.
I don't have to wait for it forever or go
True.
somewhere else.
What else? Oh, that flex plate.
Flex
Okay.
plate, yeah.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, I am in Central Ohio, home of Jegs. This is the 11th Avenue store, which is their original store. This is the original Jegs. However, their corporate headquarters and their warehouse and everything else, call center and everything, are about 30 minutes that way up the highway in Delaware, Ohio. So anything they don't have here, they usually have up there. In my case, almost every time, there's at least one thing that I need to go up there for. So this may be a three Jegs stop day. One at the warehouse, 2 here. So that's okay. What else am I going to do on a gray, rainy Friday? Oh, I broke the tire mounting machine last night.
Oh, nice.
I also destroyed a tire last night.
Nice.
It's been a really expensive couple of days.
It sounds like it.
It's been a real expensive couple of days. We don't need to talk about that much on camera, though. All right. Got ourselves a TKX transmission. McLeod, Lakewood belt housing, and assorted bolts, as well as a flywheel. So that'll get put into storage for when that vehicle is here and we can move on it. One of the lessons we have learned over the years is before a vehicle shows up, cross your T's, dot your I's, get all your parts. Specifically during the plague years, it was really tricky to be able to kind of get parts on a moment's notice. Things are a lot better now. We can get things if we need them, but it's still a major problem, especially if you have something torn apart in the rack and you're on kind of a short, truncated timetable. This car is actually coming from a couple of states away for us to work on, so it needs to be something we get in, done, and back out on the road. That's a big problem if you are waiting on parts. And, you know, it can be just one small little thing that if you don't have it, you can't move forward on it. Make sure you have all your parts. So we'll start basically what we call a pile for whatever that customer is, or it's basically a rolling rack, and have all their parts organized on it. So when that vehicle shows up, bing, bang, boom, we're done. And hopefully we avoid any problems. All right, heavy duty SFI flex plate 470 to 90 big block Chevy 454 Mark IV.
You got it.
Cool. How long you been doing this, Terry?
Right at 50 years.
50 years you've been taking money out of hot rodders' pockets.
Yes, sir.
My goodness. Is there anybody better than you?
Not that I know of.
Is there anybody that's been doing it longer than you at Jegs?
No.
Just you?
Just me, yeah. I hadn't been here the whole time. I've been here 25 years.
Yeah.
I worked 25 years. I moved up here from Texas in 2000, so I've been here since 2000. But I worked at several of the big speed shops in Houston for years before that. The 2 major speed shops in Houston before that for 25 years. So
Yeah, I got you.
been here a long time.
This is what you've done your whole life.
What I've done, basically, besides my time at Kroger's, I've done this. Yes.
I'm sure I could stop by.
And this is a whole lot less like working at Kroger's.
I bet. All right. So we were talking about carb prices and header prices.
Right.
Okay. So go back over a little bit of that for me.
Back in the dinosaur days when I first started in 75, an 1850 600 Holly vacuum secondary carburetor was about $60. And a 750 vacuum secondary carburetor, back then it was a 780, they were about $69. Double pumper carburetor started about $130. Headers were about $39. Stepped hookers were $89, and it goes on from there. I mean, turbo mufflers were $9.99 each. It was, but back then, I mean, I was working at the speed shop. I was making about $180 a week. Whew. So I mean that was what it was, and really I wasn't making that because usually I had all my paycheck was involved in parts. And here you go. Here's your parts. You don't get money. So,
by the way, Terry, you owe us $50
exactly.
this week.
Exactly. That's what it was. That's what it was. But I mean, that's the way it was. Then the big shops, national chains, started moving in, like Super Shops. Super Shops was the big major chain, and they came in, owned by a guy named Harry something. He lived in California. And they came. They had to deal with Payless shoe stores. Payless shoe stores were all moving to the mall. But they owned all these freestanding buildings, which was about the perfect size for a speed shop. In fact, the one that was here, over in Whitehall, that's what it was. It used to be a Payless shoe store. Huh. And so they moved on to all these Payless shoe stores, got them at bargain rates, moved those stores in there, and then. They started buying all these companies up, and like other manufacturer, we'll use their name. They're buying all these companies up, and then they started the downward spiral into bankruptcy, and so all the super shops went bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And so they put a lot of mom and pop speed shops out of business.
Yep.
That never came
On the
back.
way up.
Yeah,
Yep.
that never came back. It's like Walmart.
Yep.
You move into a town, and all mom and pop business guys going to close down. Then
Absolutely.
Walmart says, not enough business here. They close down.
Yeah,
And
meanwhile, the damage is done.
Then then you got to drive 60 miles to a pharmacy.
Yep.
But it was like that, and we survived. In fact, they still survived. They're still working. They still got a shop in Houston, so not super shops, but a place where I used to work. But it's been, like I said, it's fun. I mean, it beats working any day of the week. It beats working any day of the week.
All right, so last thing I got to ask about. I don't know whether or not you saw my most recent video where I went up to Detroit and what I purchased.
I did not see that one yet.
Okay. Well, I'm going to spoil the surprise for you.
Okay.
I bought an Offenhauser 360 dual quad.
Oh, you told me you were going. That's Pontiac for the
Yes.
Pontiac. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Maybe. According to the internet, it's either amazing and wonderful or completely terrible and totally shit, and I wasted my money. So
It looks cool.
fair, yeah. it
Coolness.
looks cool.
The coolness factor is still way high.
Yeah. Would you, if you were to be somebody wanting to use that thing, would you rebuild a set of old school carburetors that are on it, or would you just buy a new set of like whatever carb would fit that setup?
Those setups are all made for Carter
Carters.
carburetors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's a they've actually made a quadrijet one, which used 2 quadrijet carburetors.
That would have been sweet, but no.
Yeah, but
one's
no,
a
this
Carter.
Carter. Oh, that was strange. Yeah, it's as long as everything moves in the carburetor,
They do?
and everything moves in it. Yeah, I put a kid on down the road because the Carter carburetor, it's cool looking. I mean, they look exactly like that besides
Yeah.
the nameplate, but it's kind of cool to have a vintage intake and a vintage carburetor. So no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in that carburetor that can really go bad. I mean, permanently go bad.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I would do.
Blow them apart, clean
Yeah,
them.
just you blow them apart and clean them.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe get them replated, but they're zinc plated is what they are. But there's lots of people who can do that. It's not a big deal. But they look right. I mean, that's the whole
Yeah.
thing about them. Offenhauser, believe it or not, still makes that intake manifold. Offenhauser still makes everything they ever have. They just don't produce it in any numbers. The only way you can get it, like if I ordered that intake today, they've got it. They've got all the molds for it, but they won't build it until they have an order of 10.
Sure.
They won't.
Wait
They
till,
won't yeah.
until there's a lot of them,
Right.
they can run them all in one shot.
Right, they can run them all in one shot. But I ordered an intake a year or so ago for a guy with a Buick 215 Rover. Now this guy had a Triumph TR7.
Yeah.
Which has got or
Yeah, off the
TR8,
Rover V8.
which has got a Rover V8, which is
Which is originally a-
actually the old Buick 215.
Right.
But he was trying to find an intake manifold for it, and so Offenhauser, of course, still chose it. They said, "Yeah, we'll build one for you, but it's probably going to be a year or so." And the guy said, "I don't care, I'll wait." He waited, and we got it.
And it was a year.
It was a year.
Huh.
It was a year. But yeah, they'll still build everything.
That makes
They
sense.
still build all their flathead stuff. They still build Y block stuff. They still 348 409 stuff. They still build everything. Everything you can get anything, but you might wait a year for it. Or longer.
Interesting. Or you buy a lot of them yourself.
Or you buy 10 of them.
and then find 9 other
Yeah,
idiots to sell them.
Exactly. But yeah, they've got some cool stuff that no one else has got. But
Well, this was one of those, like, a dear good friend on Facebook was like, "Hey, by the way, you should totally go buy this." And I'm like, "Well, I don't really need that, but
it's
cool.
for 350 or 455 Roy.
It's a 455. It's a late generation Pontiac, so it'll fit right on top of my 455 if I wanted to put it on that.
That's awesome.
The question is, do I want to put it on it?
Yeah.
And does it clear my factory hood?
I bet it will clear the factory hood because everyone that I know of that had one in a GTO or a Le Mans, it fit under the hood without any problem.
Okay.
It fit under the hood without any problem.
So then the question
it was a good intake to have in 1972, 73, 74. A lot of people used them, or even a Firebird. It fit under the hood of a Firebird.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it fit under the hood, and you get the Carter carburetors, which are probably 625
Yes.
CFM carburetors.
They're 625s.
Yeah, so, and as much as that sounds, 1350 CFM, it's not really that, as you
Yeah.
well know. I mean, basically, you're running off 600, 800 CFM because you're never wide open throttling that thing unless you need to be. And if you need to be, then 1300 is not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
So, but 99 times out of 100, you put up progressive linkage and you're running on 600. You're going down, cruising around the highway. You're 600 CFM, so it's fine.
So in your mind, would you put that on top of my 455, or would you build something else for it?
As many Pontiac chefs as you got, I would just build it for something else. For your Pontiac 455, what you've got, I think you've got a good intake manifold. You've got a great combination in that motor.
That's
now.
what I don't want to screw up.
Yeah, you got a great combination in that motor now, and Bob knows how to drive.
Yeah, don't want to screw up Bob's race car.
Uncle Bob knows how to drive, and he drives it well.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Keep racking up those wins for me, Bob.
Yeah, keep racking the wins up, and he does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
All right. I got to go to the shop, put this in the back of the car, go to the shop, drop all that stuff off, and hopefully hear from you in the next half hour or so.
You will.
Parts show up.
Probably after lunch, yeah.
After lunch, that's fine. And then I got to go to the warehouse anyway.
Yep.
So, yeah. Welcome to this is really how my days really actually happen. When people ask, what is it you do for a living? Well, this and driving around a lot are a lot of it. Oh, and breaking things.
And breaking things, yes. Yeah. You're good at that.
I am.
Yes.
I'm very good at that.
Yes.
All right, let's get loaded up.
All right.
There you go, buddy. That's why you own a wagon. Work truck. All right. Goodies are stashed in the shop for the moment. Put those in storage. Well, I'm going to kill multiple birds with one stone here on this trip. I've got to go up to the warehouse. As I said, it's in Delaware. Also, happen to have the AMC 304 block for our hot rod wood chipper that is done up at M&M Head Service. Mike got that done for us, so I'm going to go pick that up. Also happen to have my old rods and pistons for one of my other AMC motors that we're going to use for it. So I'm going to switch vehicles to one of my other wagons. So we're going to go pick up block and all that kind of stuff. Or am I not? Because I have a whole bunch of Pontiac stuff disassembled in the back of this already. You know, I have a lot of things going on in my life. I do. A lot of things going on. Well, yeah, we can make enough room. It's just rods, pistons, crank, and block. Sure. Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, the trusty steed. Pontiac Vibe GT. Fire right up. How many miles does it say on there? Where's the button? Hit the button. How many miles are on this thing? 257,428. And still runs like a champ. I love this little car. Excellent little work truck too. Tell you what, man, you can haul a lot of things in one of these cars. I don't know that you could have a better run to the machine shop and back vehicle than this, because you could haul like 2 entire motors in the back of this thing without a problem and get 29 miles to the gallon while doing it. And it's enclosed, so you're not getting things wet in the back of your pick-em-up truck bed. I know you guys are probably not as excited about my Pontiac Vibe GT as I am, but I love this little car. All right, welcome to Jegs. Jegs corporate office. As I said, warehouse and corporate office and call center up here in lovely Delaware, Ohio. Seems like every time I'm up here, it's gray and raining lately. There is not a retail space up here. This is just for picking up pots. We'll call folks who are behind the glass over here. They're gonna hear me coming. Probably go grab my parts. Hi there. Hey, look. Already coming. Look at that. Prompt service.
Second, grab your receipt.
Cool. Thanks, sir.
Anytime.
As I mentioned earlier in the video, we are spoiled for choice here in Central Ohio. The nice thing is I have these guys literally in our backyard. It's 20 minutes one direction for the downtown store, the 11th Avenue where this video started. It's 20 minutes the other direction up to the warehouse where we are now. So anything they don't have there, usually they have here. Sometimes I do have to order something in, but usually speaking, I can get a hold of everything I need, which really, really greatly helps us being able to move things quickly and get projects done. Also, when you happen to run into that one thing where you get everything full stop, usually they can bail us out one way or another. So I'm going to get these. I'm going to run over to the machine shop, which is just over yonder. I might stop for some lunch real quick. We're going to get back to the shop, drop some stuff off, change vehicles, and then go see Bob. So I'm not going to get much of anything actually done in the shop today, so it's a good thing that I worked late yesterday getting a whole bunch of other things done that I needed to get done. This is what my life is really, really like. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Man, isn't she a looker? Look at that thing. Man, I tell you. Whew. That's a good ride right there. Now, some of you may be asking, Austin, what are these stickers on this car? That is my 2500 road trip. On my annual trip with my guy friends, we buy and drive $2,500 piece of crap cars on a 2,500 mile road trip. That's why I originally had bought this one. My good friend Phil had originally bought one that we took a number of years ago, and I liked his so much that I went and got my own. And actually Jim Mittner, he also bought one as well, though I think he just recently sold his. So very cool little cars, very fun little cars, very efficient little cars. They're mostly Toyota with a tiny little bit of Pontiac in them, but there's at least a Pontiac arrow on the front, so it makes me feel like, you know, I'm still playing in the hot rod world. But that's what this is for. This car was not meant for anything other than buying it for a cheap road trip, and it got pressed into service as a essentially work truck. I daily drove it for a while, especially after I broke my Volkswagen by hitting a bolt on a railroad overpass. That was a rough moment, but it's okay. Ugh. Thanks for being here, by the way. Appreciate you guys keeping me company. This is Automotive Adventures with Austin. I am Austin, and these are my adventures, and I'm in an automotive. Typically speaking, this is mostly about my projects and what I have going on. My cars, my racing, my drives, and that kind of such. Today is just going to be kind of a little bit of a day in the life video. And it's also already middle of the afternoon. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get all this done today. No idea. We'll see how this video ends up, I guess. Hey, Jegs, 11th Avenue. Hello?
Hey, Austin.
Yes, sir?
Nothing today.
Aww.
I got a call in it's called into them to find it. Give me like a taxi tracking number to find out where it is. So
Okay.
that way we'll know.
Okay.
But as soon as I hear from that, I'll call you and let you know.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, sir.
All right, you bet. See you, man.
Bye. Well, drat and double drat. Welcome to M&M Head Service. Get in here and see Mike. Dude's been here a long time. Old school machinist, old school shop. I don't remember what these came out of.
Because I didn't want to press these off and put them in the other rods.
Right,
because-
brake stuff. Yeah.
So,
Well, it's a good thing we have a whole bunch of junk sitting around so we can scavenge some parts. She's sitting a little squat. That's all right.
she on the ground yet?
She's gonna be fine.
Tires look a little fucking, little square.
Gonna run her over the.
That don't look good.
That's not good.
That don't look good.
That's not good. She's gonna be fine. She's sitting a little low. It's all right.
Is that a blower motor? No, he's just picking up the head. That's a mill he just bought. Oh, damn. I was going to say, I'll take that blower motor and put it in. All right.
All right, so we got
You want this stuff, but I'm just...
camshaft, new melling camshaft, engine gasket kit. Again, this is a AMC 304, and this is going in the hot rod wood chipper. Fortunately, we had an extra set of rods and pistons that came out of one of my other 304s that we were able to reuse. They were already 30 over, so we just punched that block to match, which is handy.
Intake manifold gasket.
Okay.
I think everything is here. Yes. So let me make sure 20 Mays. Because Rich talked about coming to get it last Friday.
Yeah.
And the reason that got all fucked up, so I was grinding the crankshaft, it's gonna, fuck yeah, it's gonna go 1010. I get to the number 5 fucking main, and I was like, guess what?
It's not going to go 1010. That crank was in rough shape.
It's always on the last stroke. It's,
Yeah.
it's never on the first.
I did that with a wheel last night. It's always on the last wheel. I had a complication with a mountain imbalancing, and
You know what? It worked out.
right.
So, good luck. Wood chipper, boy.
Yeah.
So Rich needs something to holler at me.
Yeah. Anyone happen to know what the load rating is for a Pontiac Vibe GT? Ooh, feel like we're probably pushing it. It's all right. She's gonna be fine. All right, got everything we need. Now we're gonna go back to the shop, drop stuff off. Then I got to figure out whether or not I'm going to Bob's or not. We'll figure that out here in a minute. So I'm not gonna do lunch today. It's all right. I don't really need lunch anyway. On the road again. Back to the shop. Whoa, honey. Slow down. Whoa, honey. All right. We are back. By the way, a little PT Cruiser GT is ready for a little extra driving, testing. Haven't been in it since you guys saw it last. If you're interested in that, which you probably aren't. But going to be a cool little parts owner for another project here in the semi-near future. All right, looks like I got a truck guy that's trying to get in here. Hang on a second. Be courteous, Austin. Let's give Uncle Bob a call. See what he wants me to do here.
What's going on?
Mr. Uncle Bob, sir.
Yes, sir.
No dice on the bearings and the rods showing up today.
Well, then you might as well not come up.
Well, that's my question, because I've got both the engine gasket kits for the Pontiacs. I've got flex plate, bolts, balancers, that kind of stuff. But I think we're one part away from everything going together on the Oldsmobile stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, we need, might as well just wait till Monday.
Okay.
I'll be in Wombat. No, I won't. I guess we'll just talk on Monday.
Okay. I'll hang tight until Monday and just bring everything up to you on Monday once Terry calls me.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, that's how that's going to go. Unfortunately, didn't get parts in, which is okay. We're scrambling at this point in time. I do appreciate everybody trying to get everything in place to be able to get this thing moving forward. That's just the nature of the business. Some things get a little tricky, and sometimes you got to wait a week or so to get parts in. So, should probably be here on Monday with the rods for the 455. The flex plate for my Pontiac 350 should be in. That way we can get both those rotating assemblies balanced. And then get those things going back together again. I've got all the bits and pieces I need to get the other 350 Pontiac done. And then that thing should go together pretty rapidly because that's just kind of a stock rebuild. I am going to need to find a camshaft for that, so I might need to swing in to talk to Terry. Oh, God, we're going to go spend more money. All right, so I need to go get a camshaft and lifters for that. And then, yeah, we'll deal with Bob again on Monday. So that's where this one's going to wrap up. Welcome to a day, by the way, in the life of Austin. I now have about an hour until the shop closes, and I haven't actually gotten anything done in the shop. Need to get some work done, and I need to get some editing done on the actual Lucore channel to get a video up for tonight. So that's a day in the life, folks. Maybe that was exciting. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe you guys understand now. I even got this question actually while I was at M&M's up at Mike's. Austin, what is it you actually really do for a living? And this is honestly a large portion of what I do, is running around all over the place, moving projects forward one little bit at a time. Rich's brain is fried 24/7, and this kind of offloads some of that with me being able to bounce around and move things forward, so that he can keep doing things that he needs to be doing. That's it. That's a large portion of what I do. So you see what I'm doing here with the whole social media thing and driving around in circles, picking up parts, talking to people. That's what I do. Anyways, thanks for being here. This is Automotive Adventures with Austin, my own little corner of the YouTube internet. Thanks for being here. Truly do appreciate you. We will see you, I don't know, probably this weekend. I'm sure I've got something else I got to work on. See ya. Bye-bye.